He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score Eagles 7, Bengals nothing.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Duke Riley on the
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Burrow will throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll get this to the rookie from TCU. That's Jalen Reagor. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running right. Here's Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. It seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Bengals' 15-yard line.
Now a give, right side. It's Sanders. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Brought down at the 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being...
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
It's not much as perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives are impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Here's Carter now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
1-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. Here's Burrow. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And this is incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
For the Eagles.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now, let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss. On second down, Burrow. That's complete to John Ross. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And a Bengal first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Ross, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
First down, Cincinnati.
Mixon with a first down carry.
Joe Mixon.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On the tackle.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Burrow looking to pass. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gary. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Miles Sanders, the ball.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Ball carrier.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. This short throw caught by Goddard. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The tackle by
no gain on that run. And while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Will Parks. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Sean Williams with the tackle. He led the Bengals in that category last year. 2nd and 10.
At the 42-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the 2-yard line.
Wentz going to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
Intercepted by the Bengals. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking,
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And that going to hit in the end zone as we Start things here in the second half with a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return, Jackson. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
31-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
And 8 at the 24-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Here's Wentz to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Score Eagles 20, Bengals nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He completes it to Boyd. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Their own 16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. On 2nd and 12, Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This is fielded at the 27. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And that'll be incomplete. Burrow took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Brings up 2nd.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. It's a jet sweep as they get this to Jackson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Wentz now on first down. He's got it. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. They'll run with Sanders. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Call it no gain there on the first down play.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown, Eagles.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Carter now on the return. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Bengals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Burrow. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Duke Riley in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Going deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
5-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
15 yards on the play, 1st down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
He's brought down by
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They go back to the ground, this time Clement. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
It's fourth
Here's
down.
Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it? Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.